A winter formal? There may be one in January. We have the latest details.
Help in the Eye. We have the story of one water polo player who was the victim of a rare accident.
And rallies may be changing in the future. We have an exclusive look into what future rallies may look like. All these stories and much more on this TigerCast News on this Monday, November 14th, 2011.
I'm Marian Abdelmalek.
And I'm Danielle Wetter. We start today with news of a new dance coming to Roseville High School.
A couple weeks ago, student government decided to scrap plans of the Roseville's Best Dance Crew dance. According to Danielle Helm, the chair of the dance committee, a winter formal may replace the canceled dance crew dance.
Our goal is to get about 1,200 students to this dance, same as homecoming, so get your tickets.
This dance would be in January and is currently up for approval from RHS administration. According to student government teacher Lindsey a court may be established, but that would take the place of the Casaba court. The details are still being worked out at this moment. Now we turn it over to Marian for more top stories.
Ethan Roberts, a freshman JV water polo player, was injured while practicing. The injury, though, may surprise you.
And I turned around, and out of the corner of my eye, like, you could see this hand coming through, and it just went straight into my eye like this, and like I didn't know what was going on at first. Like, everything was all blurry, and I stood there for about 10 minutes wondering what was going on. I mean, you're thinking about like your life later on, and you just like, I'm gonna go blind. It's not a fun thought.
He is currently healing from the injury.
And on Tuesday, students gave 131 pints of blood. It was the annual Blood Source Blood Drive hosted by student government. Students said they felt others needed it, and that's why they wanted to give.
People need it more than I do.
Speaking of student government, the current class is a lot bigger than just a few years ago, and next term up to 90 students will be taking the leadership class.
It makes it so that we're able to do a lot more events. For instance, right now we have 14 committees working on between 18 and 20 different events at school, and we're able to do that for the student body and do different things and new ideas and try out things like a new dance because we have so many students in the class. So I think it's a great thing for Roseville High School.
I think that it's awesome. I mean, to have such a large percentage of students being represented inside the student government class, it only benefits us.
In more student government news, the next rally could be a lot different from years past.
We're moving them away from concentrating on sports and moving them to a theme, but that doesn't mean that we don't need sports to still be involved.
According to ASB President Jacob Priley, future rallies could be centered around themes instead of sports to involve more students.
We're looking to get different student groups involved with this because it's becoming more of a production rather than a pump-up rally.
These changes are still being discussed by student government, but the next rally theme of winter sports in January could be replaced by a new theme.
It's one hobby that only few people are skilled enough to pursue, and there's one student at Roseville who's doing just that. Austin Gallardo does parkour, as you can see here. And now we have your TigerCast Tiger highlights.
Hello and welcome to this week's Tiger Sportscast.
I'm Juan King for Southmill, filling in for Mark Reese.
And I'm Austin Ash, filling in for the Perry.
Let's get down to business.
Last Friday, November 4th, the Tigers hosted the Grizzlies of the Granite Bay High School.
On the very first play of the game, senior running back Casey Lambert busted through the secondary and blew past any would-be tacklers with a 73-yard touchdown run.
Unfortunately for the Tigers, this was the only lead they saw all night.
At the end of the first half, it was Grizzlies 28, Tigers 7.
Roseville tried to respond, adding a third-quarter touchdown strike from quarterback Zach Cunha to wide receiver Cody Lidner.
Roseville's efforts fell short, losing by a score of 56-13.
Cody Lidner ended the season with 1,046 receiving yards, surpassing his predecessor, Bo Smith.
Cunha finished the regular season with 2,031 yards passing, 27 total touchdowns, and 260 yards rushing.
And Casey Lambert ended the regular season with 1,630 yards rushing and 149 yards receiving, and a total of 12 TDs.
Despite ending the regular season with a loss, the Roseville varsity football team qualified for the first round of the CIF section playoffs.
The Tigers will be facing the Vacaville Bulldogs.
The game was moved to Thursday, November 10th for weather concerns. Roseville High School girls tennis team has concluded one of the most successful seasons in years.
The postseason doubles team of senior Ada Ubaku and Bianca Luna faced second in the section.
Sadly, they lost to the same Granite Bay team in sections that beat them in the SFL. And I'm Joaquin signing off. That's a fact.
I'm Austin Ash, some Black Ops.
Here's the score from Thursday's football playoff game versus Vacaville, and that does it for us today.
Remember to get your latest news and sports online at eyeofthetigernews.com. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook. I'm Marian Abdelmalek.
And I'm Danielle Wetter. Don't forget, our next TigerCast is December 19th. Thanks for watching TigerCast News.